I am now a successful young woman entrepreneur living in Los Angeles. I've had a modeling career and am signed to one of LA's top modeling agencies. I live fearlessly and authentically as a productive member of society. I am surrounded by beautiful friends that love me and have my back, as I have theirs too. And yes, I still have an imaginary friend and carry around my baby blanket everywhere I go. And here's the reason why. My story starts as a little girl named Lucia that craved love. I was an only child. My parents were always working. I came to America as a little girl that only spoke Spanish. I was put in an all-American Catholic private school where no one spoke Spanish. I didn't have the tools to communicate with others, so I just didn't. For the first 2 years, I went to school and did not speak. I knew no one at school understood me. My only friend was my grandmother, Abuelita. She would cook for me, play board games, watch novelas together, which are Mexican soap operas. Abuelita was my best friend. Since I didn't have any friends of my own age, I imagined my own friend, Yuja. I created her using the lessons my abuelita taught me with her love. She went on to become the best friend anyone could ever ask for. She had a beautiful spirit. She embodied loyalty, kindness, dependability, and was a great listener. Everything anyone could ever ask for in a friend. She materialized into a blanket. I was given this beautiful blanket when I was a little baby, specifically on my baby shower. Since the day of my birth, this blanket and I were inseparable. Her spirit watched over little me and protected me from harm. It was a perfect friendship. Gija kept me company, gave me love and protection. It's all anyone really needs from a friend. I bundled up Gija in a little ball and used her as a pillow every night. I also smelled her for comfort. No matter how much my parents fought, how much I never fit in at school, or how much kids made fun of me, I had my own little sanctuary at home with Gija and Abuelita. These are the two little superheroes that saved me from feeling like I was unloved and alone. At first, I was upset with my parents because I did not want to learn English. After a couple months, I started learning English. What teachers and classmates were saying started making more and more sense. I started understanding what was asked of me during school. Still, recess was hard. No one wanted to play with me, so I just sat and observed other kids have fun. Every day I got dropped off at school, it was like a nightmare all over again. I couldn't wait for the clock to hit 2:15 every day, which is when the sacred bell rang, meaning the nightmare was over and I would soon reconnect with my loving allies. As I grew older, I started to get out of my shell a little bit more and more. I learned English, and the world in America wasn't as scary anymore. In second grade, I made friends with my teachers. There was also a boy named Mario that hung out with me. We would go to each other's houses to play. We were best friends. Our bond was beautiful. Classmates started noticing our bond. It was a private school with a small number of kids. One day, one of the popular kids started making fun of our friendship in front of Mario's face. Then it turned into the whole classroom. They said that Mario and I were like a couple. Mario comes back to me and tells me that we can no longer hang out at school because of what the kids were saying. This left me heartbroken. I reluctantly accepted the situation and became sad again. With no one to play with during recess and no one to partner up with for partner activities. I eventually get over it. I learned that I already had the perfect friend, Gija. My friendship with my imaginary friend taught me how to be happy with myself. My blanket embodied the perfect friend, which was unconditional love to myself. Through this relationship, I realized that the only person that would ever be there for me unconditionally is myself. I must fill up my own cup to be happy, so I started hanging out by myself. I would go on walks to the park, lay under a tree, and contemplate the origins of humanity. I would go swinging on the swings, go for runs. I would play board games with Abuelita and have the time of my life. I realized no outside stimulus could show me love if I didn't show myself love first. Gija and Abuelita are definitely my superheroes. These superheroes taught me valuable lessons on how to be a great friend. As I grew older and started developing more social skills, I looked back on my relationship with Gija and Abuelita and wondered, what would Gija do? Reflecting, I learned how to be a great friend. Anytime a situation would come up with a friend, I would look into our relationship with my blanket and I for answers. I would listen, be loyal, and show unconditional love. With these skills, I never had to worry about making friends again. I learned how to be my own friend. Classmates would radiate towards me because I became true to myself. It is up to us to love ourselves first. Then others will pick up on the love and radiate towards us. Still, to this day, I ask myself, what would my baby blanket Gija do? I became my own Gija for myself and for the world. I am my own imaginary friend.